What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit and I am back with some more Age Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the left-hand side of the map in the red color, playing as Loki from the UCA clan. His name is Matreiuss. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Thor, staying as Thor. He's from the DoD clan. His name is Brickhead. Matreiuss is shaking the boat here, taking that Loki instead of his Poseidon. The map is Oasis, so can't be too happy about that one. Poseidon does love Oasis, but Loki much prefers those high hunt maps, so we'll see what he can do here and deal with it or not. He does have a nice spawn of giraffe though, so he should be totally fine for food. Generally on this map, if you're a seasoned Norse player, what you want to be doing is getting those double Ulfsarks out straight away, sending them to the middle of the map, and then, or like even just a little bit further, and then scouting all of the black close to your opponent's base and stealing their goat. Come back to your base and then get your goat. So the big aim of the classical age here, and it's kind of the big fight for the classical age, is goat, especially in Norse wars, but just in any sort of general wars at all. We are seeing that that's kind of what's happening here with Matreiuss. He's coming forward. He's going to be grabbing a couple of these goat over here, so he does manage to score a couple of those. However, Brickhead's going to move through and potentially pick up these goat, and it's not actually that much here at all. It's already kind of all been found. We see a house going up in the corner of the map. That's a little bit funny, but we are seeing Spy getting cast here, and that's super interesting. But I think what we should be looking at right now is the map layout. We've got the gold in the back of the base here for Brickhead and the gold in the back of the base here for Matreiuss. That doesn't change a lot of stuff here. The best strategy for Loki against Thor is Heimdall rushing. It's not because of any reason other than Einherjar are impossible to kill. Not impossible, but they're super difficult to kill as Thor in the early classical age. So if you Heimdall rush, you can take control of this giraffe, and then you can gold starve. And you can also have access to undermining even this tower here, and then if you just get some throwing axemen over here, you can kick off the gold. So that would be a total great option for Matreiuss to take there. Brickhead, on the other hand, should be thinking about going for Seti, funnily enough. You don't really want to go for Freya here, because it just, your Valkyrie gets shut down too fast by pretty much everything that Loki has. Loki can shut it down with the troll and a Hersir or just anything else. So we'll see what happens here. We are seeing a house go up for Matreiuss. Looks like he's going to be a little bit no, he's not going to be population blocked. That house is going to be up in time, which is totally fine. But again, those dwarves out, and I'm not yet to see too much coming out of here. So we'll see what happens here. Matreiuss could move forward and then build that temple up. The ultimate counter to a Heimdall rush is the 5 Ulfsark classical age advance time from Thor and Odin. If you can go 4 minutes and 30 seconds with those 5 Ulfsark, if you have enough hunt, which you do, just move forward and grab this hunt, you basically get 8 villagers on food, 2 villagers on wood, 4 dwarves on gold, maybe 3 dwarves on gold, and then you start building Ulfsark until you have 5 of them, and you should be able to shut down anything. And if your opponent then doesn't go for the fast Heimdall rush, you definitely have the option of sending those Ulfsark forward to be picking off their hunt and creating chaos in their base. That strategy does work very well with Freya though, because you have access to Forest Fire as well as that free Valkyrie. It's a very strong strategy, which I actually haven't seen too many people use here. And Matreiuss is about to be advancing to that next stage. Does look like he has to get his temple up, and it probably looks like he's going to be going for Seti. So we're seeing standard Loki play instead of the abusive Loki play. So we'll see what he can pull out there. And we're going to be seeing that next age coming fairly soon. This ox cart needs to be fixed up. We are seeing a couple more things coming out here. These villagers moving forward for some reason. Maybe going to be attempting to take some of these giraffe early or something like that. I'm not 100% sure what's going on there, but he's definitely got the double ox cart. Potentially he thinks he knows that this ox cart's been spied. Maybe it's something Matreiuss has done in the past and he's aware. He just keeps these guys over here so he doesn't know that that's happening, but that's going to be totally fine here. One more dwarf and he should be able to advance. We'll see what god he does choose. And we are seeing Seti is the god of choice here. Do we have pickaxe coming out just yet? No pickaxe just yet for Matreiuss. Matreiuss not moving forward for the giraffe. Why? I'm not 100% sure about what this decision entails. grabbing the chicken instead of moving forward. Maybe he feels like he's not going to be able to defend. He's going to grab the toothed arrows, which is going to give him some pierce attack, but none of his units do pierce damage. So it's actually useless for pretty much, I think it's useless for both gods, both Norse, and maybe it gives you a buff on trolls. I'm not 100% sure, but that's fairly funny. Brickhead is going through Forseti as well, so we're seeing both people going through that Forseti god, which is interesting. Like we can see some stuff going on here. Forseti, you can play a little bit different and go Ulfsark spam and get the set special armor upgrade, 100 gold plus 10 favor for some hack armor. It's basically just basically what's it called, bronze mail, except for Ulfsarks only. So that's interesting. But it looks like we are seeing Herso getting spammed here. So this is going to be all about, can Matreiuss deal with essentially deal with what Brickhead's going to be doing with his Herso. So if he can keep his Herso spam up faster than Brickhead can keep his Herso spam up, the game should simply just go in the favor of Matreiuss, at least until Mythic Age. So we'll see if Matreiuss can deal with that. So what's going to happen here? See a barracks and a longhouse, sorry, a temple and a longhouse here. That's kind of enough to be spamming Herso non-stop. But with this many villagers on food, you can chuck up that third longhouse. But if you're not going to be spamming too many and you're going for a semi-fast heroic into something else, like into a semi-fast heroic into a gold staff push with flaming weapons, you don't really need that many buildings, and you want to save your wood for Hall of Thanes. And we do see relic has been picked up here by Brickhead. What is that? If I could click properly, the relic is Bow of Artemis, which is going to be archer cost and troll and centaur cost down, which again, not going to do all too much. You can build those trolls. He does get cheaper trolls, but that's about it. We are seeing that Matreiuss is running around with these Herso, but he's not going to do all too much until he gets his Hall of Fame. So he does need to figure out a way to get that extra favor. So he could move these Herso in, bash away at a sentry tower for a couple of seconds there, then retreat, and he should be fine in order to get that favor going. Brickhead, on the other hand, also very low on the favor. He's not going to be able to get his own Hall of Fame, so he's a little bit behind in that. He has 7 villagers on wood here, so he's going to be starting to pump some of those throwing axemen as well. However, throwing axemen are very difficult to be using against Loki, because Loki can just micros. Like, if your Loki player is really good at microing, it's very hard to deal with that, especially with just those throwing axemen. We are seeing that Matreiuss is moving in here, going to be attempting to deal a little bit of damage here. Nice kite micro here from Brickhead. A little bit of a raid going on over here, but they're going to be taking some damage, and this is going to be a little bit too much for Brickhead at this point. We are seeing these units move in, and if he gets a myth unit spawn, if we jump over to Matreiuss' perspective, he has spent that 10 favor already on the Hall of Thanes, and he's going to be picking off units here. One Ulfsark does fall. More of these units are moving in, but throwing axemen going to be making their way in now, and Matreiuss is going to have to retreat here. Definitely want to be, we're taking a lot of kills with him though. Definitely want to get out of here. He's going to be losing a Herso. We do see a Valkyrie spawn there. That's huge. Valkyrie spawn's going to be able to do a bunch of damage there to those throwing axemen, but the Herso are going to be moving in onto it as well. Going to be picking off a bunch of those units there. This is going super well for Matreiuss. Matreiuss should get these Valkyrie out with the life, but unfortunately not controlling that one too well there. One free Valkyrie, one free dead Valkyrie. Valkyrie is great because you do have access to Healing Spring, but Healing Spring's only as good as it is. If you have Healing Spring plus a Valkyrie, then you get these units back into the battle. Did manage to get one of those Herso out with 1 HP, which is going to be huge. Hall of Fames does come in now. Those units are going to be running really, really fast, and we're going to start seeing some of those throwing axemen come down. We do need to have a couple more barracks coming out here. We do see some Herso moving around up in this location here, but looks like the giraffe have been completely exhausted at this point. Did Brickhead use his gold mine? He did use his gold mine, so he is going to be having a fight for this gold mine here. If I was Brickhead, I'd be advancing my sentry towers and getting some watchtowers in this location, just because it's going to be difficult to hold on to it, especially if Loki comes in with a bunch of those myth unit spawns. So Loki's going to be moving in here, maybe be able to take out this house and then get out of there. Brickhead has not yet upgraded his Hall of Thanes just yet, and he's maybe just going to be transitioning into more of a throwing axeman based army there, but or he's actually going to be thinking about going to the Heroic Age. He is chucking up a Dwarven Armory, and he's going to be losing this house, and there's no real way for Brickhead to be defending against this just yet. House is going to go down, and then a couple more hits onto maybe the Hersa. Nope, he's going to get out of there. Happy with that little kill there. If we jump back over to matreiuss' perspective, he's producing villages for some reason. Is population blocked? Generally, what you want to be doing with Loki is you just build dwarves in the classical age, and then you can, once you get 10 dwarves on gold, you can start putting them onto herdables, and it's really easy to spam Hersa and get to the Heroic Age at about the 10 minutes mark. So you can build like 10 to 15 Hersa and get to the Heroic Age between 10 minutes and 12 minutes. It's super strong. Or 10 minutes and 11 minutes. And we are seeing, oh, another nice Valkyrie spawn there. Picking off a couple more of these units, but the villagers have got out of there scot-free, so they can start gathering again. But a couple more of those units are going to be falling for Brickhead. Brickhead's sitting at 65 population to matreiuss' 84 population, but Heroic Age should be coming soon, and definitely going to be going through Skadi. He's going to get the upgrade for the Throwing Axeman and start spamming Frost Giants. Frost Giants are a really, really good counter against Loki because Loki spams those Battle Ball, and if you can get just even numbers of those Frost Giants, the same number of Frost Giants as he gets Battle Ball, you can micro those guys to frost the Battle Balls, and then you can kill them while your opponent is having to deal with your army. So your army kills off his Hersa, your Frost Giants kill off his Battle Ball, and you come away with a win. It can be very good. We are seeing Skadi come through, going to be hitting that at 10 minutes, and matreiuss is going very, very ham on this, but it looks like he's going to be able to hit that Heroic Age about half a minute behind what Brickhead's got. But Skadi is going to be more than enough to deal with that. So it's all going to kind of come down to that fight, and we'll see what happens there. We do see the armory is up, and matreiuss is clicking on Bragi. It's going to be the god of choice, sending a lot of villagers over, or dwarves, over onto that gold mine. Should build up a second temple. Always get that second temple so you can spam those myth units, because when you cast flaming weapons, favor comes in super fast, and you have that. If you have the excess gold to build those Battle Ball, it's going to be really, really strong for you. So we're going to be moving in here with these units here. The villagers are moving up onto the chicken at this point, and going to be picking off a couple of units here and then retreating out. There's too many Throwing Axemen here, and like I say, you can micro them, but if you just split up the Throwing Axemen just a little bit, it's very difficult to deal with that. So he's going to be retreating out of there. And this is all going to come down to some sort of timing push. If Brickhead can get his essentially, if Brickhead can get his hill fort up, he should be able to maintain this large gold mine. Maybe. It's going to have to force a flaming weapons, and then the frost is going to be more than enough to deter. So this is all going to come down to basically, can matreiuss move in here and pick this location off without using flaming weapons, which is, we'll see what happens there. We have seen medium Throwing Axemen coming through. We don't have the Skadi upgrade just yet for those units. This Migdol Stronghold's been, oh, that's nice Valkyrie spawn there. That hill fort's going to be taking quite a bit of damage. You are seeing Bragi has come through. Throwing Axemen are targeting the wrong thing. Need to get that Frost Giant onto those myth units, and we are seeing oh no, Frost goes down before flaming weapons, and he's going to have to build the hill fort up. Going to have to do something a little bit different. We're still not seeing Frost Giants coming out, or the extra upgrade for those Throwing Axemen. That upgrade for Skadi, the Skadi attack upgrade for the medium Throwing Axemen really does absolute work there. We are going to see a second hill fort coming out, but flaming weapons is going to come out straight away. matreiuss is sitting at 109 population. He has 89 favor, so that's on top of this flaming weapon push. He's going to have that extra ability to use Battle Ball as well, so it's going to be really difficult to deal with right now. Units moving in over here, going to be able to get this other hill fort up potentially in time. He does have a 91-second build time, but if you can get all the units over here, it's going to be totally fine. Frost Giant has got one of these Hersa attacking it. You need to get some of those Throwing Axemen to be targeting here, but a little bit distracted, unfortunately. Frost is going to be coming out. Flaming weapons goes down immediately onto this, and this is going to be huge right now. There's a lot of tower fire coming out, though. These Throwing Axemen are going to have to come off that hill fort and start firing super fast. We're going to see some of these units pumping out. If we jump over to Brickhead's perspective, Brickhead's sitting at 80 population, so the 115 population. Frost Giant's getting picked off. So much favor in the bank here for matreiuss. He's sitting at 100 favor, and needs to start getting those Battle Ball out. We do see a huge mountain giant spawn right there. He's going to be able to take out that hill fort easily. All the units die. No gold left for Brickhead at all. He's sitting at 8 gold in the bank. No dwarves or villagers on the gold mine. Valkyries spawning just to rub salt in that wound. Everything is falling for Brickhead here, and Brickhead is going to have to tap out. He does build a troll there, but that's not going to be able to do all too much. We do see the Valkyrie moving up to kill these villagers, and Brickhead decides that's too much for me to deal with. Taps out, says GG. Flaming weapons way too strong. Could not get that hill fort up fast enough. Brickhead played almost correctly in that situation, but his timing was just a little bit off. Had to cast Frost. I feel like what he should have done is just retreated, grabbed the Skadi upgrade, maybe even grabbed more upgrades, built some more longhouses, and or got his sentry tower upgrades into watchtowers in order to defend against this situation here. But Oasis for Loki against Thor, I think it is confirmed. Very difficult for Thor. Thor has to do something very different in order to deal with that. Anyways, if you enjoyed this game, please rate, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want to see my videos as soon as they come out. My name's Boit, and I'll see you guys next time.